What's up, y'all? Got a Kiwi Mukbang for y'all. So I got a abundance of kiwis right now. So we're gonna be eating on these. I got 6, 12, 17, and I already ate one. So I got 18 kiwis here. See how many I get through. Kiwis are hard to find good kiwis, I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you that I really didn't like kiwis until I found out about this yellow variety. You know, green kiwis are good when you can find good green kiwis, but I found I've had better luck with these yellow kiwis in terms of them being sweeter, juicier, and just all around a better flavor. Just super delicious. Personally, I'm not one to eat the skin. It's just, I think it's a whole texture type thing. I'd rather just get down to the nitty gritty, the sweet stuff inside. Yeah, I'm sure the skin has a lot of nutrients in it, you know, that's what people say with apples and stuff, you know. I still like to peel my apples. Call me a kid, you know, it's kind of like cutting the crust off the bread. I'm not a big one for the skin on apples. One, because it's chewier. You know, I like to get to the juicy goodness inside, just like with these kiwis. But number two, the skin always seems to get stuck in your teeth. Don't nobody like stuff stuck in their teeth. But I tell you what, man, these kiwis, they're on point. So how do these yellow kiwis differ from the green kiwis? How can you tell them apart? One, because they're fucking yellow. But the skin on them, you know, the green kiwis like have little hairs, so pretty much green kiwis I would call them hairy kiwis. Whereas these yellow kiwis, they have like a smooth skin. They're not really hairy like the green kiwis that you usually find in the store. So when you're buying kiwis, you know, if these aren't marked, usually they're marked as these are labeled as sun gold kiwis. You know, there'll be yellow kiwis, green kiwis, sun gold kiwis. You never know how they're going to be marked. So the one way to tell that you're getting a yellow kiwi is to look at the skin. And if the skin is hairy, you know, if it's got little hairs on it, it's going to be a green kiwi. If it's smoother, it's going to be a yellow kiwi. So look for that smooth skin. Something about, I think kiwis are a tropical fruit. I'm not 100% sure. I just assume they're a tropical fruit because tropical fruits always seem to be harder to find good tropical fruits here in Ohio than say other domestic fruits like apples, oranges, grapes, cherries. That's just what I've noticed. You know what I'm really looking forward to? Is the melons this summer. I've already had quite a few good watermelons. Had my first good Indiana melon, which is pretty much like a cantaloupe. So I'm thinking it's going to be a good year for melons. You never know though. I do know that the price went up. $5 for a watermelon. And I think it was $4 for a damn cantaloupe. Like, fuck y'all, come on now. But I'll pay it. If they sweet, I'll pay it. I think they know that. That's just one of those excuses of, well, I can't go vegan. Or, I could never do what you're doing. Eating vegan is too expensive. That's just one of those bullshit excuses. Eating vegan is only expensive if you make it expensive. Some of the cheapest food on the planet is vegan. So it's really not a good excuse. Now don't get me wrong. Some people couldn't afford to eat 18 kiwis in a meal. Because most places you buy kiwis, at least around me, they're going for about 50 cents each. So this would be a $9 meal right here. Luckily, I know where to get deals at, so I got these kiwis. I want to say probably 6 of these kiwis was $1. So I can afford it. So I'm eating about a $3 meal here. It's super sweet, super juicy, super delicious. So there's ways of making it cheap. You just gotta put in a little effort. If you want it bad enough, either you're gonna make enough money to pay for the good stuff, or you're gonna spend enough time finding the cheap stuff that's good. I try to find that even balance of making enough money to buy the good convenient stuff, but also making enough time to find the cheap good stuff. It's called finding a balance. But another excuse of why I can't go vegan, I heard one the other day. You know, people are always like, I can never give up cheese. I can never give up dairy. You know, it's like, that's not really a good excuse, but someone the other day was like, well, I'm from Wisconsin. You know, that's the cheese state. You know, we're a bunch of cheeseheads there. You can even see it on our state line. You got a picture of a person with a cheese head. And I'm like, is that really your fucking excuses to why you can't go vegan? Because you're from Wisconsin? The cheesehead state? Is that really how you want to be associated, is with cheesehead states? I thought that was pretty funny. You know, the one that I get all the time is, I can't go vegan because I've been doing what I'm doing for so long. You know, you usually get that from the older folks that are like 30 or 40. They're like, well, I've been eating this way for for 40 years, you know, it's harder for me to change than it is for someone younger like you. The way I look at it is, if you want something bad enough, if you believe in something enough, you'll make the change. It's called willpower. Don't matter how hard it is, if you want something, you're gonna get it. You can talk about it all day. You can talk about how you're the most compassionate person ever. But until your actions show that, it means fuck all. Fuck all. Actions speak stronger than words. I know you've heard that. I don't get it. Then you got the people out there that are like, come here, buddy. Go fly on me. But then you got people out there that are like, I want to do more activism, I want to do something for the animals and make a living doing it. Spread the vegan message, but I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know what to do. It's like, do what you love. If you do what you love for long enough, you will eventually start making money from it. That's one thing I've learned. Don't worry about the money. Just start doing what you love, and eventually the money will start rolling in. You know, I like doing all this gardening behind me. You know, I like doing it, but when I started, money wasn't even a thought. I was doing it because I wanted to grow my own food. I wanted to know where my food was coming from. I wanted to inspire other people to start growing food. You know, money never even crossed my mind. You know, I knew I put a lot of money into it, but I never thought that I would start getting money out of it. But what do you know, 3 years later, I'm able to grow enough to feed myself, but also to sell to others to feed them. And they get high quality fresh produce. You know, I do this shit passionately. I grow this shit like I'm not gonna make any money, like it's all for myself. So people are always talking about, you know, I only eat organic, I only do this. And people always ask me, like, are you organic? You know, are you certified? It's like, I practice the organic practices, but I take it to the next level. Like, there should be something above the level of organic. You know, I grow in all my own compost that I produce. I mend my soil with rock dust, worm castings, all natural fertilizers. Collect my own rainwater, water with the rainwater. It's like I'm taking organic to the next level. And some people don't want to pay that price. And that's fine with me. You can hike your ass down to Walmart or up to Kroger and buy your fucking tomatoes and peppers and shit there. I don't care. You ain't hurting my feelings if you don't buy from me. I'm simply putting it out there. If you want to support your local farmers, kudos to you. If you want to eat the best produce, you know, sometimes you gotta pay a little more. But one thing that's more important to me more inspiring to me. You know, I can make $100 in a day selling my produce, but that is minuscule to if someone comes up and says, you inspired me to start my own garden. You know, that means more to me than selling $100 in produce, you know. That is why I did this. I didn't start growing produce to make money. I did it for myself and to help inspire others. And every time someone asks about, you know, why I started gardening, I always spread the vegan message, like you should always eat the most, you know, the most fruits and vegetables that you can. People ask, oh, why'd you start growing all this and all that? It's because I went vegan. And that gets into a whole conversation of people. And they start asking questions about veganism. You know, it gets them thinking. And anytime you can get people thinking, that's good, because people don't think enough these days. That's 12 kiwis down right there. Actually 13. 13 kiwis down. So yeah, really the message of this video is stop fucking making excuses. Money is not everything. Money can make life easier. But I'd rather be happy doing what I'm doing. I'd rather be happy doing what I'm doing than have a lot of money doing something I hate. Still recording, good. I was thinking the other day, when I work at a slaughterhouse, if the salary was $1 million, you know, when I work in a slaughterhouse for $1 million, and if you made that $1 million and you just blew it on dumb shit, then it's not worth it. But what if you took that $1 million salary, or even 3/4 of that $1 million salary, and put it back into animal rights and animal activism? Then it kind of gets into like this hypocrisy. So I really don't think it would work out. But the thing that I thought about after that was, would I murder an animal, one animal, for $1 million? If someone said, if you murder that cow, I'll give you $1 million. And I really had to think about that one hard. Because that cow's done nothing wrong. That cow simply wants to live its life. But then it's like, if you kill that one animal, sacrifice one animal, you get $1 million. You took that whole $1 million and put it back into saving thousands or millions of other animals. Would it be worth it? And I still don't know. That's a hard one. Because it's not like you can just ask the cow if he wants to sacrifice his life to save other animals, you know, other members of his family, other members of his species. So I kind of put myself in the cow's shoes, and I said, if someone told me that they would give $1 million for starving kids, other humans, if someone was to put $1 million into saving other humans, would I allow them to murder me? And for me, that's still a tough one, you know. That's putting yourself in the cow's shoes. Except I have an answer, you know, I'm able to answer it whether I want to be sacrificed to save my other family members and species, you know, for $1 million. I really don't know. That would be a fucking tough one to answer. If I'd be willing to sacrifice my life for $1 million, to have that $1 million go to save other sentient beings. Whereas, if I don't let them murder me, and I work hard, I could save just as many sentient beings as that $1 million could with my own efforts. So you gotta look at it in a couple different ways. But that's the kind of shit I think about, man. The kind of shit that gets me going, and just thought-provoking shit like that. I think it's good to question things like that. Just to get that thought process going. Last kiwi, my 18th kiwi here. I'm sure some of you haters are gonna be hating, saying, dude, you got like 4 kiwis worth of skin on the plate. Yeah, I know, but it just doesn't satisfy my palate like the insides of the kiwi. Trust me, I get every bit of kiwi that I can, the sweet part at least. I'm telling y'all, if you haven't tried yellow kiwis, you're missing out. So go get you some yellow kiwi. Start doing what you love. Don't worry about the money. Question everything. Have a fucking fantastic day, week, year. And share this with your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your worst enemy. Share it in a motherfucking Facebook group. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. And until next time, you know what to do. You know what to do. Go vegan.